Hey everyone, my name is Sophia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time stopping by. Definitely consider subscribing if you love makeup as much as I do, and if you love makeup tutorials and reviews, as well as some lifestyle videos and vlogs, because I upload every single week. So in today's video, I wanted to do part 2 of my Best of 2018 series. So today we're going to go over all of the products that I enjoyed from the drugstore side during last year. So same idea, we're going to do face first and then eyes and brows and lips. So be sure to check out part 1 of this video, which was all of the luxury makeup products that I enjoyed during last year. But let's just jump right into all of the drugstore products. So as far as drugstore primers, I didn't really play with one from the drugstore side last year. However, since I do work at Ulta, I do make a lot of recommendations for customers who come in looking for drugstore primers. And a couple of good ones that I've heard about are the Flower Beauty primers. Those are really good. NYX has a couple of really good ones, and I think L'Oreal also has one that's like in a little jar. Those are all really good. So my favorite foundation during last year is definitely the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This foundation is awesome. All you need is really 1 or 2 pumps of it. It comes out kind of like a moussier kind of a consistency, and a little bit of it goes a long way. And I love the fact that it's a foundation and a concealer in one. I have used this as an under eye concealer and it works actually pretty darn good, but I do usually have to go over the area with an actual concealer just because I do have really bad dark circles. But this does work really well. It gives a beautiful finish to the skin. I'm wearing it today, and I just really love how effortless and weightless the formula is. So it says that this is a medium to full coverage, and it's a lightweight oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So if you are on the lookout for a good drugstore foundation, definitely try this one. For drugstore concealer, I'm still back and forth, in love and out of love with the Maybelline Age Rewind. I have my days where it works really good and then my days where it doesn't work as good. Most of the time what I do have to do is put on the neutralizer first and then the medium one on top, just because I think they have changed the formula of the medium one and it's too dark for my under eye circles now, and I tried the light one and that one is just too light. So I find when I use the neutralizer first and then this one, it kind of makes it into a light medium formulation for me. So it works really good. All you need to do is just dab it on under your eyes with the sponge tip applicator. And then I just use my ring finger and just dab it into my under eye area. But I love the fact that this also treats your dark circles as well as concealing them, because it does have the goji berry and the haloxyl in it, which just helps to break up that darkness. For setting powder, this has definitely become my favorite drugstore setting powder. This is the Coty Air Spun, and I got myself the translucent extra coverage. So I like to use this to just set in my T-zone, and I like to use it to set under my eyes, and it keeps the under eye area super nice and smooth. The only thing I don't like about it is that it is very heavily fragranced, which, I mean, it does smell really good, but I just feel like it's a little bit excessive as to how heavily fragranced it is. So I tried this on recommendation of Tati. She raves about this all the time on her channel, so I'm really happy that I tried it out. I'm also kind of a sucker for the vintage packaging. This has been around since 1935. For powder blushes, these are my 3 go-tos from the drugstore. So the first one is the Milani shade called Luminoso. This is so pretty. It has a little bit of a shimmeriness to it, and it is just so honestly beautiful. I love baked products because the presentation of them is just so gorgeous, and it's just a really good blush. I've had this for a really long time and I haven't even made a dent in it. So it's definitely my go-to blush that I like to travel with, just because it is just so easy to use. Once upon a time ago, I think it did come with a brush, I'm assuming, or some sort of an applicator, but my sister actually gave, oh my god, it has a mirror. I never realized that it has a mirror on the inside. Wow, there you go. Next blush that I've been really enjoying is this one by Flower Beauty. I love the floral pattern that's pressed into the powder. I think that's really, really pretty. This shade is called Sweet Pea, and I just love most things from Flower Beauty in general. It's Drew Barrymore's brand, and I did a video a while back testing out a whole bunch of Flower Beauty products, so I'll link that video down below if you want to go and check that out. The next blush is by Essence. This one is called Satin Coral, and it's their Satin Soft Blush. So this again is just a super pretty peachy color. I find this to be very complementing with my olive skin tone, because it's that perfect amount of a peachy glow to the skin where it just looks super natural. And this blush, I think, I want to say is like $2 or $3, which is a really, really good deal for how much product that you get. And for bronzer, I've really been loving using this bronzer from this palette that I just recently picked up for the e.l.f. video that I filmed a couple of weeks ago. I'll link that down below as well if you guys want to check it out. But this bronzer by e.l.f. is honestly so good. It is amazingly easy to blend and just looks extremely natural on the skin. It doesn't look mucky or dirty like sometimes powder bronzers can tend to do on my skin. Again, because I have that olive complexion, I have to be careful with the kind of undertones that I use, because some undertones with how much yellow and green I have in my skin can make me look just kind of dirty and just kind of ill, and just it can just look out of place on me. So this is really, really good. And this compact is called Saint Lucia. This shade beside it is supposed to be a blush, but it's definitely more of a highlight. And for highlighter, you guys already know I'm not a huge fan of highlighting, but I did recently try this out from e.l.f. and it's called Moonlight Pearls. If I can open it. There we go. It's a baked blush highlighter. It's a baked highlighter, and I watched another person review this product, and she was like, make sure that you clean off the surface layer, you know, to really get the color to show up, because it's a baked product. So at first I didn't like this, but now I really, really love it. And what I have discovered is that this is pretty much the only highlighter that's a powder highlighter that I've tried that does not make my skin over here look textured. It just looks beautiful. It just gives my skin this really healthy kind of a highlight. It doesn't really look cakey or chalky or glittery by any means. It just looks really, really pretty. So I'm happy that I did not return this like I was going to. In fact, I'm going to put some of it on because I think I forgot to put some of this on before filming this video so that you guys can see. I've also discovered that instead of brushing the highlight this way, I find it's better if I brush it down towards my hairline to push away any of the fuzzy peach, you know, hairs that we all have on our skin, so that it doesn't accentuate texture. So if you struggle with texture from a highlight like I do, then definitely try that technique and see if it helps you. But there, isn't that so pretty? Very subtle, but I like the fact that it's subtle. So moving on to eyes, I don't have an eyeshadow primer from the drugstore. However, I do a lot of makeup applications at Ulta, and if I use a drugstore primer, I will more than likely use the NYX one that comes in the pot because it has a little bit of a color to it, kind of like the MAC Painterly, so that it cancels out any darkness on the person's eyelid. Or I like to use the Morphe eyeshadow primer because it's super similar to the Urban Decay primer potion. So those are my two go-tos to recommend on the drugstore side. And then as far as eyeshadow palettes go, I wanted to share with you my top favorites. So the first one would definitely have to be this new palette by Morphe. This is the 35V palette, and it is just so beautiful. It has so many amazing shades, especially with people with brown eyes like myself. Pretty much all of these colors, even the blues, are really going to make brown eyes stand out. So I've been really happy using this eyeshadow palette. All of the colors are extremely pigmented, and my favorite thing about it is that even though it's just as many eyeshadow colors as like the Jaclyn Hill palette or the James Charles palette, it is only like $24, I think, for all of these eyeshadows, and they're super gorgeous. So if you are looking for a really good neutral palette that also has a little bit of fun in it and you've got brown eyes, definitely check this one out. My other favorite eyeshadow palette is definitely the Jaclyn Hill one. I reach for this one all the time. Some of my favorite shades in here are the creamsicle shade I love Pukey. I also love Obsessed and SBN, which stands for Smoky But Natural. Smoky But Natural is this color right there. I love using pretty much all of the shades that are on this top 3 rows. I haven't been brave enough to really experiment with these colors, but maybe one of these days I will, and we'll make a video of it titled Sophia Does Dramatic Makeup. Wouldn't that be the day? But this palette is seriously good. I think it is a bit overpriced because it is a Jaclyn Hill product, but it is what it is. My newest discovery for an eyeshadow palette that I've been really loving, and I've traveled with this at least twice now up to Canada, is this palette by e.l.f. And this is called their Rose Gold eyeshadow palette, and it's Rose Gold eyeshadow palette. Oh, Sunset is what it's called. But it is so nice. My favorite shade to use are these two matte shades. They're just the perfect throw on eyeshadow shades to just do a super quick look with. I have this shade smoked into my crease to blend out the shimmer shade that I'm wearing that I'll talk about next after this. But this is seriously a really, really nice palette. Super pigmented and super compact. I love it. So the shimmer shade that I just talked about that I'm wearing on my eyelid is this one. This is another Tati recommendation that I picked up a while ago. I used to have a shade called Endless Chocolate made by the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear like eyeshadows. Look just like this, but it was a shade called Endless Chocolate. And they've discontinued it and came out with this one. I think this is meant to be like the replacement of it. But I love foiling the shadow and putting it on all over my lid. It's just kind of taupey, kind of silvery, kind of brown, and kind of chocolatey all at the same time. It's a super like multi-dimensional eyeshadow, and I really, really love it. I bought it broken, which is really unfortunate. That's partly the reason why I always have to foil it, is because it is broken, so I have to be just really careful. So can I show it to you guys without getting it everywhere? Anyway, I think you can kind of see, but I just basically just dip my brush in there wet and then work it into the lid and then work it onto my eyelid. Okay, last palette that I wanted to go over is this one. This has gotten a lot of love from me. This is by Flower Beauty, and it is their Beauty Flash Full Face Palette. This is an Ulta exclusive, but this is seriously nice. You get 3 eyeshadows, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter all in one. So I love traveling with this up to Canada. It makes my life so easy to just have all of my powder products that I could need all in one palette. The only thing that I wish is that there was a matte eyeshadow color in here so that I could use it for my inner corner and my brow bone, because this shade right here, which is meant to be the brow bone highlight, is kind of a dark shade to be a brow bone highlight. But other than that, for $17 I think this is a really, really good one. Moving on to eye pencils. So my favorite eye pencil from the drugstore is the Maybelline Precise Skinny, and I love using this to tightline my upper waterline. It doesn't stay on as good as the Smashbox one that I talked about in my other video, but it does the job really well. It is super, super, super skinny, so it fits in between the lashes, which is super helpful to make your lash line look as thick as possible when you put mascara on. So this stuff is really, really good. I just have it in the shade Definite Black. And then my top 2 liquid liners are by Flower Beauty and by e.l.f. The e.l.f. one is a new discovery for me. I just played with this in my video where I used everything e.l.f. to do a full makeup look with, but it is a skinny, precise liquid pen, and it works super easy, dries extremely fast, and it dries down to a really nice rich matte color, kind of similar to the Kat Von D liquid liner. So this is really good for the price. And then the Stylized liquid liner by Flower Beauty is a really good one as well. Dries surprisingly fast considering when you are applying this to your eyes. It does feel like a super wet formula, and I do wish that the brush wasn't so, it's not as flimsy as you think that it would be, but I do wish that it had a little bit more control to it. But it is a really nice liquid liner regardless, and you can easily do a really thin line, or you can use it to do a much thicker line by really pressing the whole body of the brush against your eyes. So this is a really, really good one as well. And then to finish off the eyes, my favorite mascara by far from the drugstore last year was definitely the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior. I was so pleasantly surprised by this mascara. The wand is so, so cool. It's got these shorter bristles as well as these longer, spikier bristles. So you can use the short bristles to really get into your lash line, and then you can use the longer bristles to brush out, to lengthen and to volumize and to get rid of any clumps. So this mascara is honestly my top recommendation from the drugstore side. For eyebrows, my favorite throughout last year is the Ardell Dark Brown Pomade. Now this, I don't know if it's available in the States or not. I did pick this up in the Canadian Walmart, but this stuff is seriously really good. I pretty much used this until I got that Anastasia Dark Brow Pomade, and it works just as well. It's not as creamy as the Anastasia pomade. It's a little bit more of a powdery kind of a formula, but I kind of like that. It's very easy to achieve a really soft eyebrow look with this. Plus, it also came with a little angled brush that has a spoolie on the other side. So for lips, again, I'm very much of a lip balm kind of a girl, so let's just start off with my favorite lip balm that I discovered last year. This is the Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm. I'm wearing it on my lips right now, and this is in the shade Hibiscus, and it's just 100% natural, honey-based product. It's just beautiful. It's just the perfect amount of pinky mauvey color to your lips. Really hydrating, feels really good using this during winter time so that it gives you a little bit of color but nourishes your lips at the same time. This lipstick by CoverGirl is a Katy Perry lipstick, and this has definitely seen better days. This has been in my purse for a long time, and my purse definitely stained the packaging. But this used to be a really nice white packaging, but this is in the shade called Couture, and this is just a perfect everyday mauvey pink kind of a color. I'm all about the mauvey pink shades. I think this lipstick color is super, super pretty. I'll swatch a little bit on the back of my hand for you so that you can see it, but it's just a really nice buttery formula. It's definitely like not super long lasting or anything like that, but it just feels really good on your lips and it feels weightless. I definitely love products that feel like nothing when you're wearing it on your lips. Next thing that I tried out that I really was impressed with is this product by Maybelline, and this is a Super Stay 24-hour color in the shade Keep It Red. And this I tried out because of a girl that I watch on YouTube. Her name is Rachel Maxey. Her channel used to be the Pinup Companion, but she just recently changed it to her name. She won the NYX Face Awards, and she dresses vintage all the time, and this is her go-to red liquid lip shade, and this color is so beautiful, and it doesn't feel super, super comfortable on your lips, I'll be honest with you, but it really, really stays on your lips. I'll just swatch a little bit so that you guys can see. But it's this perfect, classic, vintage Hollywood red. So if you're on the lookout for a good liquid lip on the drugstore, definitely give this one a try. And I love the fact that it comes with lip balm on the other side so that your lips don't feel dry and crusty by the end of the day. And then last but not least, these also have become my favorite liquid lips by L'Oreal. This I just recently got from a box by Influencer, and it's the Rogue Signature Matte Colored Ink. And they sent me 3 shades. They sent me Create, Rule, and I Am Worth It. And these seriously feel like you have absolutely nothing on your lips. It's crazy. Definitely my favorite one is this one because it's that classic perfect mauvey pink that I like. So I Rule is my favorite one. These are so nice. I love the fact that the applicator is like a sharp triangle kind of a shape, so it's super easy to be very precise and create like a really nice defined Cupid's bow with it. So I'm not going to swatch these because I am going to film a separate video reviewing these for you guys, so definitely stay tuned for that. I think I'm going to upload that next week. So those are all the products that I really enjoyed using during 2018 from the drugstore side. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you have tried any of these products and what your favorite drugstore products were during last year. I would love to know. So that wraps it up for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below what your favorite drugstore products were during last year and if you tried any of the products that I talked about in my video. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you go. Ring the bell, all that good stuff so you don't miss out on my future uploads. I have loads more makeup videos coming for you guys, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching my video today, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!